Hello, this is Let's Play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and I'm Thomas Mark. And start off with here, I'm just going to give us a little bit of an introduction. Some people probably have not played this game. Curious about it, maybe you've played the first game, which I had. I'd played that a lot quite when I was younger. Of course, this one's more 3D. Misses out a little bit of the stuff that is in the first one, but the graphics are better. And it's fun, it's pretty good, and that's what I'm going to show you here. This is the Platinum Edition, so I'd have Soaked and Wild expansions in addition to the normal expansion. I've pretty much got all of the graphics settings on, except Bloom. Bloom just looks terrible in this game. I had a merry-go-round that looked like it was a beacon of light in the middle of the day. It was just really ridiculous. Well, the resolution is low, but that's just because I have to have that for fraps. Here we have the tools, and I might explore these a little bit more in depth once we start playing a little bit. Building designer, you get set pieces actually in the game itself. The themes, they kind of take the place of the themes from the first game. But this allows you to actually build whatever building you want, and it saves it. You can actually pull it, reference it later on in the game. So if you have a design or multiple designs in mind, you can build it there, and then you just always have it accessible. The coaster designer, building the roller coasters is really the meat and potatoes of this game. I mean, that's where the lot of the fun is. Now this, I don't use this very often. Actually, I don't have used it at all. I always build my coasters actually in game so I can make it conform to the other rides in the park and the terrain. But it's, it's fun to mess with. Scenario editor, I've never messed with that. Just making your own scenarios is pretty obvious. Up here we have the peep designer. Now in this game, in previous games you always had like your little, park attendants or attendees moving around, single. They're just them. There's no groups or whatever. Well, in this game it is groups. It's kind of like your family. Like if I had my family. In fact, let me go ahead and open that up. But my family. I have my dad, my mom, me, my sisters, my nieces and nephews, and so forth. They, when we go to the park, we kind of hang out together. Now, occasionally, one will wander off, but that's what you design here. You have, this is the actual unit here, the Collins family. And then you have the individual names for the people. And when they enter the park as a group. You can set their ages and so forth. I will probably expand this one later on. And I misspelled my own name, go figure. Yeah, expect misspellings from me. I do that a lot. Woo. Yes, this looks nothing like me, by the way. But you can even randomize it. You have adults, teenagers, and kids, and pretty much size is the only real difference. How tall they are. They do get different costume options, I think, but not a whole lot of difference actually in the game. It's just more of an aesthetic look type system. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Don't want to add anyone right now. Like I said, we may mess with this later on. Let's see here. Back. Okay, well, and up here, this is the main game modes. Tutorial mode. Obviously, we're not going to go through that right now, but I'll show it to you. If you only have the basic game, you'll just have the one up here. Matter of fact, the menu might be completely different if all you have is the main game. But here in Platinum Edition, you get the tutorials for each of the different kinds of styles of game. This is the base game. Placing rides. A lot of this I'll actually go over anyway, just by default. This is how this works as we're playing the game. Fireworks. That's going to be fun to mess with. And a lot of those I'll try to do them quite a bit. But I'll show you guys how it works first, but then I'll probably get it set up and then pause it while I actually go through the creation of it, because that can be very time consuming and a lot of silence and a lot of me listening. It probably wouldn't be very interesting. But I don't know, maybe it will be. But we'll definitely play with that. Soaked, this is more of the laser shows. That's part of fireworks. The pools, and so forth, water slides. Really, all the soaked scenarios are really heavy into water park. It's obvious, but there it is. And as a result, though, I actually don't like the soaked scenarios very well. They're usually a lot of water, a lot of cliffs, and it's really hard to build around. But we'll mess with it. We'll do them. Down here, wild. This is more like an amusement park / zoo type stuff. You get into animal care, the lion show, which is a lot of fun to mess with. Safari transports, pretty much any zoo other than, you could just make a zoo if you want to, but of course we're here to mess with roller coasters, so roller coasters we will have. It'll be a amusement parks themed zoo. I've never been to an amusement park that has a whole lot of animals, so they may exist, and if so, well, that's what this is trying to simulate. I don't want to start the scenario. These are the tutorials. Career mode is where we're really going to be spending a lot of time. Sandbox mode, it's sandbox mode. You unlimited money and you can build whatever you want. I don't really play it very much because I think the money hassles is part of the fun. So, but it's, if you just want to try to make your perfect park, that's probably the way to go. Because you got money to waste on unnecessary stuff and mistakes. Okay, down here we have custom scenarios. We may get into this. If I really do all of these scenarios up here, I do have the scenarios. I found that they're on the internet. I pulled some scenarios from Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2, and we could actually play through those scenarios. That's really thinking ahead, though. There's plenty of scenarios up here, but I do have those if we ever get around to it. In career mode, again, each career has its own set of missions. I'll go ahead and click on this one. I'll be starting a new profile play, but for now, we'll just look at this one. There it goes. A little bit of a hiccup. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really. It's really slowed down when I went under here. But anyway, this is what the scenario screens look like. Of course, these are all locked. This one will actually also be locked when we first start our new campaign. But when you click on it, these actually previews the park, so to speak. Man, that really slowed down. I don't like that at all. Hope it doesn't do that in game. I'll have to figure something out. But like I said, it gives you a little preview. Sometimes it previews stuff that isn't even in the park, but most of the time it does. It is in the park. But as you can see, this particular one's pretty much flat grassland. In the distance, you've got these trees and hills and so forth. It's a lot like the first scenario in. There it's sped up. It's a lot like the first scenario in the first Roller Coaster Tycoon. A little bit of brain fart there. That will happen a lot too. Here's more of a desert scenario. And that's something that's actually rather interesting about this game. It's kind of irritating too, but especially when you've played the first game. But there's a lot of the rides will actually be pre-themed, like this Ferris wheel. It's got carriages on it. That's actually something that's specific to the Western theme, and you'll still be able to research like normal Ferris wheels. And there's also a spook one, which I think is down here somewhere. Yeah, Fright Night. Yeah, it's just a more horror themed. It actually takes place more at night too. It's a cool scenario. Hard to say how that'll look on YouTube. It might be too dark. I might need to brighten it up a little bit, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Yeah, here's the Ferris wheel. Can't really tell from this distance what those are. They're bugs, I think. It's a really cool theme. Go with the flow. Anyway, that's those. Yes, I want to return to the main menu. Soaked. Let me in. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I just recently reinstalled. I've actually played more of these than is being indicated here. I just recently reinstalled it, and I figured, hey, it might be fun to do a Let's Play on this. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't mind starting over. I've not really gone very far in any of these, which I'm sure you're happy to know that I don't mind. You know. And now the expansions didn't have as many scenarios, but they're fun to play with anyway. And if I ever get any interest in these videos, I'll probably, when we finish up one scenario, I'll say, well, which one do you want me to do next? So, you probably all picked soaked ones because I hate them. Yeah, these are, like I said, they're more wildlife themed. Now, I've not actually played all the way through all of these. I've played a lot farther than this, but I can get down here. I've not seen some of these later levels. But, I mean, that's Roller Coaster Tycoon. And I look forward to playing it. I hope you look forward to enjoying it. So, I'll go ahead and cut it short here, and we'll see you next time.